When is trailer swing most likely to occur on a lorry and drawbar combination? While you're braking on a bend. Your vehicle is fitted with a diff lock. When would you normally use it? While driving on muddy construction sites. What color is the auxiliary line on a 3-line braking system? Blue. The emergency line is common to both 2-line and 3-line brake systems. What color is it? Red. Air brake systems usually have 2 lines. Which additional line is fitted on a 3-line system? Auxiliary. In frosty weather, what precaution could a lorry driver take to prevent moisture from freezing in the air brake system? Drain the air. How can a lorry driver avoid brake fade? Select an appropriate gear before downhill gradients. When are exhaust brakes most efficient? At high engine speed, while in low gears. What's the principal braking system on a lorry called? The service brake. You're driving an articulated lorry. What could happen if you change to a lower gear while you're going too fast? The vehicle could jackknife. When is an articulated vehicle most at risk of jackknifing? While it's under heavy braking. Your lorry is stuck in snow. You use the diff lock to move off. When should you switch the diff lock off? As soon as the vehicle is moving. Your tractor unit has 3 air lines. You're connecting to a trailer that has 2 airline couplings. What color is the line you shouldn't connect to the trailer? Blue. You're driving an articulated lorry that has 3 air lines connected to the trailer. What's the purpose of the red line? It's the emergency line. You're driving a tractor unit fitted with 2 air lines. You want to couple to a trailer that has 3 airline couplings. How should the air lines be connected? The trailer auxiliary line should be left unconnected. Your lorry is equipped with anti-lock brakes. What's the correct procedure for stopping in an emergency? Apply the foot brake firmly and continuously until the vehicle has stopped. What does changing to a lower gear on a long downhill gradient help to avoid? Brake fade. You have to drive onto a muddy building site. Why should you switch on your diff lock? To make the wheels less likely to spin. How will anti-lock brakes improve your vehicle's safety? They help you keep steering control while braking heavily. What could prevent air pressure from building up in an air brake system in frosty weather? Moisture drawn in with the air may freeze and cause a blockage. What should you do if the brake air pressure warning light comes on while you're driving? Stop and get help without delay. You've just started the engine. What must you do if the brake air pressure warning light is showing? Keep the parking brake on. Your vehicle is fitted with an anti-lock braking system. When should you check that it's working properly? Before every journey. What will pumping the brake pedal in a vehicle fitted with anti-lock brakes cause? Reduced effectiveness. You're driving a vehicle fitted with anti-lock brakes. What should you do when braking in an emergency? Apply firm, Continuous pressure to the brake pedal. What's brake fade? Reduction of braking effectiveness. Brake fade is a loss of effectiveness of the brakes when they overheat. When would brake fade be most likely to happen? On a long downhill gradient. What should you do when driving a large vehicle down a steep hill? Use the endurance brake. What should anti-lock brakes let you do when you have to stop in an emergency? Maintain steering control. Your vehicle has anti-lock brakes. How does this affect you when you're braking normally? There's no need to alter the way you brake. Where would you see an escape lane? Down a steep hill. When would you use an escape lane? When your brakes have failed. When can an endurance brake, retarder, be especially useful? While driving down long hills. You're driving down a long hill. What should you use to prevent the brakes from overheating? The endurance brake, retarder. What system is used to control a vehicle's speed without using the foot brake? An endurance brake, retarder. When should an endurance brake, retarder, be used? On long downhill slopes. Your vehicle is fully loaded. Where should you be braking when dealing with bends? When driving in a straight line. A lorry is overtaking you on a two-lane motorway. What should you do if it doesn't have the speed to get past? Be prepared to reduce your speed. What should you do after driving through a flood? Drive in a low gear with the foot brake lightly applied. What can coasting downhill seriously affect? The air brakes. When does brake fade occur? When the brakes get too hot. How can you help to prevent brake fade? Use the endurance brake. What causes brake fade? Continuous use of the brakes. Where must extra care be taken when using an endurance brake, retarder? On slippery roads. You're about to drive a vehicle fitted with air-assisted hydraulic brakes. Why might the brake pedal feel hard when you press it? The vacuum pump isn't working. Your vehicle is fitted with an air-assisted hydraulic braking system. What would warn you that the vacuum pump isn't working? The brake pedal feels hard when pressed. You're about to drive a vehicle fitted with hydraulic brakes. What should you check before driving the vehicle? The hydraulic brake fluid level. Which colored band on the rev counter makes the best use of engine braking? Blue. Your vehicle is fitted with air brakes. What does it mean if a brake warning light shows when you've just started the engine? Low air pressure. Your vehicle is fitted with air-assisted hydraulic brakes. What fault would you suspect if the brake pedal becomes hard to press? The brake system has a loss of vacuum. What should you do when an air pressure warning device activates? Stop and have the fault put right. You're driving down a snow-covered hill. Why should you take care when using an independent endurance brake, retarder? The drive wheels could lock. What should you avoid when using an independent endurance brake, retarder, on slippery roads? The drive wheels locking. You're about to drive an unfamiliar vehicle. What should you do if you think there may be moisture in the air brake reservoir? Find out whether you need to drain the system manually. You've been asked to drive a fully loaded petrol tanker back to the depot. It has a maximum authorized mass of 10 tons. What must you have before you can drive this vehicle? A valid ADR driver training certificate. You hold a full Category C license. What does this entitle you to tow? A trailer up to 750 kilograms. You're delivering boxes of chilled food to a supermarket. What specific training would you need? Hygiene procedures. You'll be driving your vehicle in Europe. Which of these documents must you carry? Your national driving license.